The most hated character in Honkai Star Rail. In video games, it's very common that there's one or many characters that a community hates, and I feel that I should talk about who I think is the most hated character in Honkai Star Rail, Silverwolf. So, let's talk about it. So, what exactly makes Silverwolf such a hated character? There's a very big reason why. That reason is meta. You see, there's a really big thing that I've noticed in the gacha space recently. Nobody cares about the meta in these games unless their favorite character is involved. Silverwolf is no different. The overarching reason that made Silverwolf meta defining was the fact that Silverwolf was able to apply weaknesses based on who was on your team. This was why people pulled her, me included. But the recent 5-star DPS characters that have been releasing have had the ability to ignore toughness and apply weakness to enemies. This made Silverwolf slowly lose more usefulness in people's minds because of that simple fact they didn't need her. Which is fair. I mean, Silverwolf can be used with Acheron, but it's not exactly a top tier way to play her. But I'm going to tell you why she's overhated. You see, the one thing that people forgot about when it comes to Silverwolf is that she's practically guaranteed to apply a weakness or a debuff on every turn she makes. Now, how this can be useful for characters that need debuffs to operate, units like Acheron and Ratio fall into this category. Acheron can find Silverwolf useful for pure stack generation. Plus, she can activate Acheron's passive when she gets a damage boost for Nihility characters. For Ratio, Silverwolf can easily generate debuff stacks to give Ratio a 100% follow-up attack rate when he uses his skill. But let's not forget about one of her other uses, Mono Quantum. But if you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more content like this. But anyways, let's talk about Mono Quantum. Mono Quantum is the team comp that always allows the enemy to have a quantum weakness when the entire team with Silverwolf is the quantum element. Silverwolf can't just change elements, she can. And something I forgot to tell you guys is how exactly Silverwolf's skill works. You see, according to the game, the more of a certain element is on the team, the higher the chance of that specific weakness being applied to the enemy. But here's another thing. If an enemy already has already has a specific weakness, it chooses to apply a weakness based on what the team's other elements are, and based on what element the enemy doesn't have yet. So, say the enemy already has an electric weakness, and the rest of your team. Now, this ain't something that the game just tells you, it's something that I personally observed. This really helped me out back in my stuck in MSC7 days, because I was forced to utilize elements more often. But all of this reasoning for some people is irrelevant because of the already established reasons. Most DPS can apply weaknesses and their ultimates come with all the type of red spin. Why would I want a character that just fills an entire slot that's not needed? Well, it's simple. Not everybody uses your character, and maybe that character doesn't even need Silverwolf to begin with. Like I said in my last video when I talked about how delusional some Firefly fans are, they're not the only ones. Some people find uses for their favorite characters by making their relics stupid broken and by adjusting those characters to fit the damage windows on the certain DPS units that are meta right now. Wow, I never went that fast before. These characters could need Silverwolf in their team comp too if they truly want to reach high damage numbers. Another reason why I made this video was because of the amount of hate she's been getting recently. I don't usually pretend to sympathize with physical characters unless I'm like, watching a show and it's really tear-jerking. But come on guys, tone it down a bit. She has a ton of uses. This is like calling Payload completely shit and garbage just because she can be replaced by Jiao Shou. Just because a character doesn't need to be used as often anymore doesn't mean that character can't be used in some way, shape, or form. And like I said before, what if the character doesn't even need a debuffer? Like, Firefly is a weakness breaker, right? Silverwolf doesn't even f***ing fit her meta at all. We can run Silverwolf with Break, sure, but the only thing the Silverwolf is going to be providing for Firefly, who doesn't even need it, is defense down and other stuff. Do you want to know a fun fact about weakness break? The enemy's, defense already f***ing goes down when you break their weakness. And not even that. The main thing that weakness breakers scale off of is attack and weakness break efficiency. Silver Wolf doesn't provide any buffs for that. So even if Silver Wolf was the main thing that could apply certain weaknesses to other enemies, Firefly wouldn't even be able to fucking use her. Cause you'd rather put Harmony MC or, you know, Ruan Mei in the same team instead? What use would she have for Silver Wolf even if she couldn't apply her own weakness to the enemy? You may have thought that was a shot against Silver Wolf, but it wasn't. The main thing people argue Silver Wolf is useless in comparison to other characters is the fact that they already apply weaknesses to that enemy, like Firefly or Pluto. But anyways, the thing is this. People bash on Silver Wolf for not being able to be used in certain team comps, but she wouldn't even be useful there in the first place. It's like, oh, Firefly doesn't need Silver Wolf, she can apply her own weakness. But like that, you don't even have to argue Firefly and Silver Wolf in that situation because Firefly is useless with Silver Wolf. I mean, sure, some situations you can, you know, make her pop off, but like, still, you would rather use Harmony MC or Ruan Mei, or Gallagher or Lingsha, because those are the characters that she needs. You can't argue that she's useless in certain situations when, even if the gimmick character didn't have that gimmick that the other characters don't, it wouldn't even be useful. And again, I can understand the argument of, oh, this character isn't going to be, like, useful if she already does this. But you can't argue Firefly and Boothill in this situation, or any character that's not fucking good with Silver Wolf, because they're not fucking good with Silver Wolf to begin with. But, yeah. I think this is the most overhated character in HSR right now. I would talk about someone obvious like Rappa, but let's be honest, I've already done that and everyone's already done that. No real sense in doing it twice unless I want to review comments for a video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video, subscribe for more gacha gaming content. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so subscribe and make that possible. Comment down below what we want to see next. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video, subscribe for more gacha gaming content. We're trying to reach 500 subs by the end of the year, so subscribe to make that possible. Comment down below what you want to see next and check out my community tab and Discord for updates on upcoming videos. Be sure to also check out my Twitter, I shitpost with my favorite creators and so dumb messages, check that as well. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.